Hey, my name is Michel. Hi, I'm Michel. A little bit about me before we get started here. I am a nutrition major and I'm allergic to almost everything. And I choose to eat mostly vegan. And I am a college student, hence the nutrition major. And I have the world's smallest baby kitchen. All of that to say, I'm going to be showing you how to make recipes here and there that you have no excuses. I'm on a budget. I have a tiny kitchen. I'm only 19. If I can do it, you can do it. So today I'm going to show you how to make something that I haven't thought of a cute name for yet. I'll be thinking about it. Basically, it's going to be my take on spaghetti and meatballs, except for completely vegan, completely gluten-free, and it's going to have an Asian flair. Kind of like Chinese meets Thai meets... We're just going to roll with it. We're going to experiment, and it's going to be great, and it's going to be fun. So, let's get started. Alright, so we are going to start with the meatball part of our spaghetti and meatballs, because they're going to take the longest to bake. And yes, we're baking them, because we're healthy, because nutrition major. So the main ingredient is going to be chickpeas or garbanzo beans because they have good protein, and protein is hard to get in a vegan diet. Then to give it that nice meaty look, we're going to use some beets. These are canned. I totally boiled these myself, chopped them. I'm so dedicated. And then the best thing for vegan and gluten-free baking is ground flaxseed. This is because usually people either use gluten or eggs to bind things and hold them together, but it's difficult when you're vegan and gluten-free. So flax seeds are my best friend. When they're ground and they come into contact with moisture, they form a very egg-like consistency and they will hold our meatballs together. And then we have our Asian flair ingredients. We have some tamari, gluten-free soy sauce essentially. We have some red onion, some garlic, and a little bit of ginger. We don't want to overpower the ginger. So those are our main ingredients. There'll be a couple more thrown in there, but the beautiful thing about this recipe is that we're just going to kind of throw everything into a blender. Now, I don't have a real blender because I'm 19 and the only thing that college kids really ever blend is a smoothie, so I have a smoothie blender. But I whipped out the big cup and I'm hoping it will all fit. Let's find out. Golly gee, this onion is making me cry. I'm 92% sure I'm going to make a huge mess, but basically, let's just dump everything into here. There it goes. There's our mess. It's everywhere. There's still some moisture, which is fine because we're going to add a little bit of almond milk and oil in there later. The more moisture now, the better, because that'll cut down on the calories later. We won't have to use as much oil. Now, save the flaxseed. We're going to fold that into our mixture later. For consistency's sake, so this can all blend, we're going to add in a little less than a 1/4 cup of almond milk and a splash of that monounsaturated fat. That was a bit more than a splash, but some olive oil. Fingers crossed, let's hope for the best. There we go. So I realize this looks really weird. It will look less weird when we cook it. So we're probably going to end up using more flax than this, but I'm going to start off with about half of it. We basically just want to get this to a consistency to where we can roll it with our hands. So I'm at about a 1/2 cup of ground flaxseed, and we are pretty much at the consistency. So perfect, look at this. We could totally roll and shape these like regular meat. So here I have a cooking sheet, which I covered in olive oil, and we're going to roll about a tablespoon of our fake meatball and line them up, just kind of like we're baking cookies, except for they're nothing like cookies. Alright, so here's our final product. So there we go, we've got our meatballs, except for they're not meatballs, they're Beetballs. That was so good. It wasn't even planned. Wow. Sometimes I just impress myself, you know. Kidding. So we're going to pop these little Beetballs. I love that. We're going to pop these little Beetballs in the oven. While those are in the oven, let's get started on our spaghetti squash and our sauce. Here are our ingredients for our sauce. It's kind of like a pad thai inspired sauce. We have melted coconut oil, which looks a lot like water currently, almond butter, more gluten-free soy sauce, agave or honey if you're not a strict vegan, and a little bit of garlic powder. So we're basically just going to dump all this in and mix. Please don't overflow, please. It's such a good sauce. It's sweet, it's salty, it's tangy. You can really taste the fats from the coconut oil and the almond butter, but you know, it's healthy fat. Now welcome to the spaghetti part of our gluten-free spaghetti and meatballs. Spaghetti squash. Bet you didn't see that one coming. Bet you did. It's really overdone now. Not original. So there's a lot of ways you could cook this. My grandma actually taught me the easiest trick does utilize the microwave, which I know there's mixed feelings on that. But also, we're human. Let's just do it. What I'm going to do it instead of showing you, is cut this in half, this way. And then I'm going to put it right side up in a baking pan with about a half a cup of water and microwave it for about 5 minutes. And then let it cool and scrape out the flesh, which should give us our spaghetti. All right. Be right back. All right, our spaghetti squash is cooked. Our meatballs are fresh out of the oven. Now let's get creative. This is my favorite part. I'm not the best at staging things and making them look beautiful, but all right, we got some sauce, which is great. Good alternative to regular spaghetti sauce because regular spaghetti sauce is boring, in my humble opinion. Alright, let's plate a few meatballs. What next? We have some green onion, some toasted sesame seeds. Now, if you're a normal person, you could stop right there. That's a beautiful dish in itself. But I'm not normal, so if you haven't noticed already, I really like my fats. So let's add some more fat onto here. If you like toasted seaweed, now's your time to shine. A little bit of lime juice for that punch. And then let's take things up a notch and let's make it spicy in here. And there we go. So there we have it. A very unique bowl of spaghetti and meatballs. Completely vegan, completely gluten-free, made with quite a few healthy ingredients, and not like spaghetti and meatballs at all. Let's call it Asian spaghetti and beetballs. Time to eat. I have a lot too. This is not going to be good. I'm going to eat like 8 servings. So, on that note, I hope you enjoyed. I know I enjoyed. Enjoying currently. But, yeah, hopefully I get around to doing this more. And all of you beautiful people, which is probably just my mom, can tune in and watch. Bye.